Okay, Scotland have defeated England in one day international in Edinburgh by 6 runs. Scotland scored 371 for 5 in their 50 overs. McLeod top scoring with 140 not out. In response, England at the halfway point of their runs chase, about 25 overs in, 20 overs left, so a fair bit into their run chase. They were on target to easily, beat that score. They had 129 runs of 20 overs to get. So 30 overs into their run chase. The collapse says it all. Bairstow top score with 105, England with 365 all out. They fell 6 runs short. But they lost all their wickets. Scotland still had wickets in hand at the end of their innings. Which says the English bowlers weren't accurate and good enough. That is fact. They could not restrict the Scottish batting and the run scoring. They could not restrict their run rate. And their batting wasn't good enough. Once Bairstow got out and Root was run out, Moeen Ali got out cheaply. When he was starting to get himself in, 2 run outs, including Root, as I've said, with Rashid being run out as well. Just not good enough. The batting collapse, astounded. A couple of key wickets go down. No one stepping up and holding that innings together. Just even if you've got a block, the run rate was well ahead. They could have had an over or two just to steady the ship. No, they were still going for silly shots straight away, and it's cost them. England's discipline, they weren't disciplined batting enough. The Scottish bowlers, once they got Bairstow out, once Root got run out, they got a bit of confidence. Ali goes cheaply, and then it all falls apart for England for the most part. Their response, there's a lot of cheap wickets going, a lot of players not getting runs, and it's interesting. Owen Morgan's the captain of the one-day side, Joe Root's the captain of the Test side, yet they're both in the one-day side. It's like Joe Root being captain of the Test side with Alistair Cook still in the Test side. Too many voices on the pitch, or not enough. The leadership isn't there. England's form away from England, even though we're on the same island, we're part of the UK, is atrocious. Any other match, this is a rugby match, a football match, rugby league, yeah, you can understand Scotland having a chance of winning every game. Rugby union, football, rugby league. It makes more sense that there could be a very tight game, very passionate game. Cricket, England have never lost to Scotland until today. So not only has it been a tough run for England for the last 2 years, even in the domestic home series we're not playing great. One-dayers, that's embarrassing because Scotland are an associate nation. They're not a full ICC member yet because they're not a test playing nation. No discredit to Scotland, they played exceptionally well. They're at home. A lot of their players will know that ground very, very well. One-day international cricket is not a poor standard. It's not first-class cricket, as in the sense of county cricket, 4-day, domestic, or test cricket. The Scottish side are experienced at this level. England, with some of the talent they have, are not performing. For whatever reason that may be. Is that the selectors? Is that the players themselves? Are certain players being overused? Because Jimmy Anderson, this very morning, is now on an enforced injury allowed for 6 weeks minimum because they've overused him and he's aggravated an injury. He's been playing through an injury for quite some time, apparently, according to the England setup. They could have rested him after the Ashes. They didn't. They played him in New Zealand. They could have rested him after the New Zealand Test series, and they played him against Pakistan. And they had him in over winter training. So questions will be asked of the coaching setup, and the medical side as well, and the selectors, and the players themselves. Moeen Ali was playing quite well with the bat until he got out cheaply. Now, Moeen Ali has been dropped from the Test side. Now, he wasn't fully fit in the Ashes. Is he still carrying an injury? Joss Buttler is not in the one-day side at the moment. He's been promoted to the Test side. Why was he not recalled to the one-day side? A lot of questions being asked. Scotland fully deserved their win. I missed some of the highlights. I missed like the first 15 minutes of the highlights. But Scotland, looking at how many runs they scored and who scored the runs and how they kept the scoreboard ticking over, and they still had 5 wickets in hand, 5-6 wickets in hand at the end of 50 overs. Had that been just a day's play, they would be in a prime position for the second day or the next session in a test match. They were basically playing one-day cricket / test match cricket in the style they were playing. They were keeping the run rate going. And they batted their 50 overs superbly. And until England lost Bairstow and Ali got out and Root got run out, England were looking very good in that crazy run chase, and then it all fell off. Key players got out, no leadership, England go on to lose. So is there a problem with the leadership group in not only the Test side, but the other formats of the game as well, for England T20 and 50 over? And before the ECB says young people aren't interested in cricket again, if you watch the highlights package, we watched that one day international today. Okay, the ground that they were playing at, the Grange, is only not today had 6,000 people watching the game. A lot of kids, a lot of people from minorities. So before the ECB go on one of their stupid announcements, even though this is in Scotland, and it's an away game for England. A lot of English flags, a lot of Scottish flags, a lot of young kids. Packed house. To say people aren't interested in cricket is a misnomer. If that was on free to air, I would have happily watched that today. I would have happily watched that one day. It only finished about an hour ago. I would have happily watched that today. I would have happily sat there and watched the whole day's play. Quite happily. And if I could have been in Edinburgh at the time, I would have probably happily gone into the ground and watched. So to say that people aren't actually interested in cricket is a complete load of tosh. And I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to run over. But Scotland deserve their win. England have a lot of questions to ask in all formats of the game, especially of their senior players and the coaching staff. Their questions have to be asked of the coaching setup and the selecting setup. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.